back, everybody. Today we're going to be taking a look at a couple lights, a couple new ones from Streamlight. So we have the Rail Mount 1 and the Rail Mount 2. As you can imagine, one battery, two batteries in this one. So you're going to have a little bit of a size difference. What we're going to do now, though, before we get into the details, is step outside and compare them with a Surefire light. That's definitely one of the big competitors out there. We're going to do a quick beam comparison, then come back in and take a detailed look at the features of the lights. We're out here in the new location for light testing in terms of beam pattern anyway. This is the Rail Mount 1 that you're looking at. You can see nice white hotspot and pretty good peripheral pattern as well. It's definitely going to give you situational awareness. It's about 40 feet away right there at the door from where we are right now, and you can see all around it. You would definitely, I should say, be able to identify targets. Now, just to give you a comparison, here's the Surefire we just showed you. Similar thing. This is a very good light. I've reviewed it in the past very positively. Now to compare them, get off that. Here we have the Surefire, again, a 2-cell light, and then the Rail Mount 1 right here. So that's sort of a beam comparison, at least in terms of the focal points, and we'll get the Rail Mount 2 out next. Here's the Rail Mount 2, same distance, everything's the same. You can see with the lens there, you see a little bit more of an edge to it, at least I do. However, you still have, again, very good peripheral vision. And here's the Surefire. You can see a different sort of a little bit whiter light here and a little yellowish here on the Surefire, at least when compared. Both are relatively white lights though. Again, there's the Surefire and the Rail Mount 2, a little bit narrower hotspot. It's definitely, if you were to test sort of like the peak candela, no doubt that your Rail Mount 2 is going to be a little bit hotter here for sure. But same thing, very good situational awareness. It definitely illuminates out really well, and you can pick things up on both edges. There's just a little bit more of an edge here on the 2 than the 1 in terms of that peripheral sort of cone on the outside. We'll also show you what they look like back to back. Here is the Rail Mount 1 and the 2. So you can see the 2 there is definitely a little bit more intense in the middle. For sure, you're definitely going to get more throw out of it. But the 1, I mean, in terms of what you're looking at here, again, that's about 40 feet right at the door right there. You're definitely getting good illumination out of the 1. And obviously the 2 will do it as well, just with a little bit more intensity, definitely more throw. However, the peripheral, the spill of it, if you will, for you light junkies out there, is going to be really equal with both of them. I think the 2 is really going to give you an advantage in terms of intensity and throw. I'm going to try to go over some features that they both share and then get into some of the differences here. We have these set up. Everything you see here is factory configuration. So that's first and foremost, it comes with both. So it comes with a tail cap, and it also comes with a pressure switch if you want to run it. So either one, you can set it up however you'd like. So on this one, we also have it set up to mount straight on a 1913 style mount. One thing you'll notice here is it does have helicoils built into the actual light body itself, which is really nice and is going to do a good job at resisting you stripping it out should you keep mounting it over and over and over again, as many of us do with our Scout mount lights. We should also point out these do use Surefire Scout mounts. So throughout the video, you saw this actually mounted up on a Bravo company mount that's designed for a Surefire Scout, but obviously you can see it fits just fine on there. Taking a look at the head here, you can see they are identical in terms of diameter. I really actually believe it's the exact same head. I don't know that for sure, but I would imagine it is. Both are made of aircraft aluminum. It is anodized, nice dark anodizing there, nice smooth finish all the way around. Both the clicky tail cap as well as the tape switch tail cap have good anodizing there around the rear. And you can see up front on the head, we do have these little cutouts, and that's going to give you better cooling because these lights certainly are high output and they get hot when you leave them on for a while. I have the lights configured as they come from the factory. So there's 3 different modes, and you can self-program that if you choose to do so. So it comes from the factory with high strobe, which I'll show you here in a second. You can also program it to be high only, and then you can also program it to come on low high. So it'll come on in low and then switch to high with the second tap. So I'll show you how that works, and it actually works identical with the pressure switch as well as the tail cap. I'll show you the tail cap first off. It is protected. You can tail stand this if you want to. That's sort of an issue with everyday carry lights. I don't think it is though with weapon mounted lights. But it's clicky, so you can press and hold for momentary like I just did there. press and hold, and if you do that quickly, it'll go high to strobe, like that. So you can see that there. You can also click for constant on. It gives you audible click. Same thing if you want to keep it on and strobe. Now, switch here is going to work very similar. So up front, I think it's actually kind of cool. Up front here, this essentially acts just like your tail cap. Exactly what I just said. So you can do quick momentary like that. You can click it on or constant on, click off, or just like I was just doing. Now, if you're touching the pad up front, it's always going to be momentary. So depending on how you want to set it up for your thumb activation, you can do that how you like, but there's no constant on from the little pad here, only from this little button. I think it's a pretty cool system, actually. I really like it. I've had no problems with either of them. So far, both have worked flawlessly, and can't complain about the interface at all. One thing I know a lot of viewers out there have mentioned when I post pictures on these on social media, I should say, that they like, is that these can either run on, for the Rail Mount 1 CR123 battery, or for the 2 CR123 batteries. So they also run on AA batteries, so just standard non-CR2 type batteries. Now I know that's something a lot of people like, and one thing you have to consider though is if you're going to do that, you are going to give up output. Now people don't like it. I've said this for years on forums, on my channel. People always want the AA performance, or the AA option I should say rather. But the reason a lot of sort of like high-end lights like Elzetta and Surefire and even Streamlight before this didn't offer that as an option is that you get reduced performance. So while this one here we're going to get for the Rail Mount 1, you're going to get 350 lumens, you're going to get 625 for the 2. When you drop that down and use AA performance, you're going to lose some of that output. So that's just something that comes with the territory. However, I know a lot of people do like the option to use both. It does ship with the CR2s though, just for those of you wondering. While I have it apart, you'll note that it is O-ring sealed here on all the surfaces. And the machining's pretty good. It's not rough when you're putting down the bezel. As you can see here, it's very smooth, tightens up, no problems. And these are IPX rated. I believe rated down to 1 meter for 30 minutes on both of them. So it is weather resistant. You can have it out there in the rain. You're not going to have any issues. This one actually was out in the rain for a while, probably about 30 minutes. We had all of a sudden downpour, typical Carolina summer weather. Got caught in it, and obviously, as you can see here, it's working just fine with no issues. So it held up well. Hopefully we didn't bore you to death, but I think Streamlight for sure has a couple winners on their hands. My guess is this one's going to be the most popular of the two because people just want that output. They want that 600 plus lumens for whatever the reason, but this one's also very usable. As you guys saw out there, we were 40 feet away, able to illuminate things just fine, but there's definitely a candela difference, i.e. that peak intensity and the throw, which you're definitely going to get here. I think this one's 22,000. This one's, I believe, 12,000 off the top of my head. So there is a difference there for home defense. Not sure that it matters too much, but if you're looking to sort of shoot out at distance, it's definitely going to give you an advantage here with the 2L for sure, and being able to illuminate those targets, identify, etc., and then obviously eliminate. So I think the mounting system's awesome. Obviously, the Surefire Scouts have an excellent reputation for having great mounting systems. The helicoils in there are great as well. That's something a lot of other companies overlook. And then the interface is good too. Like I said, I'm not going to change it from the way they come from the factory being in high strobe, but I know some people will. Now, a lot of people I think are going to want high only, and that's fine too. I like the switch here, the way it gives you the different options of where to press. I think that's very cool. Obviously, you can mount it straight down. It also comes with things to tie it down with as well, so that's certainly good. Really not a lot to complain about, especially at the price point. This one retail is going to be somewhere between 95 and 110. This one's going to be somewhere between 105 and 120. So compared to the other competitive offerings out there, it's certainly substantially lower. A lot of folks just simply don't want to pay for Surefire what they charge. That's fine. Obviously, I have both, as you've seen here. Both make good products, and these ones are certainly going to be included in that list. If you guys have any questions about these lights that I didn't cover here in this video, by all means, you can post below in the comments section. You can also post over at my Facebook page as always. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. We hope to see you in the next video.